my doggy Kahlua. But that's not what I'm talking about, but that is my doggy Kahlua. Since we're closed right now, we kind of decided to redo the place. So if you look, we rematted the whole entire gym now. I put one row of cardio all the way across with two 60-inch TVs. So place came out really cool. And we got a couple new pieces. So follow me over here. It's my doggy Kahlua. But that's not what I'm talking about, but that is my doggy Kahlua. This is a super squat machine. And basically, there's two different angles we can work, front or rear into it, okay? I'm gonna show you both angles. So what we're gonna do to begin with, we're gonna get up in this machine. We're gonna go with a wide foot grip. I like it best like that. I'm gonna put my shoulders in it right where it rounds right here, the pad right here. If you're looking right up here, you'll see where it rounds. I kind of like sticking my shoulder right into it, and then I'm in position. What I'm gonna do is, it's a hip related machine, okay? So it's hamstring, quad is secondary, hip and glute, primary. We're gonna push up, and when I push up, I'm tightening my glutes, and I'm coming up gently with my hip, and I'm on the rack, okay? I'm gonna tighten in my glute and my hamstring, and I'm coming back with my first motion, if you notice, my hip is coming back. So hip's going back, I'm going this way, the knees are bending and I'm spreading my knees on the way down. Now when I hit the bottom, I'm still in my hips and my glutes, firing from the hip and the glute. Inhale down. Exhale up. And you can clearly see that I am not coming from my upper body. I'm not throwing this into it. It's hip. So I'm tight in that hip area. Well, the first thing that you move is the first thing you're going to use. So here, hip, hamstring, glute. Inhale down. I tighten, spread the knees, and I'm coming not from the knee, but from my hip. Drive. And once I'm done, I'm in position, okay? That's the front into a super squat.
As far as pieces, did you put, was it piece by piece? Did you order like 5 at a time? Was it like...
You know what? Some of this equipment I've had for 15 years. I just collected what works for me. I have pretty much everything that you could want. All right, now I'm going to show you the rear squat and a super squat as well. So we're going to come out like so. My tush is going into the pad. So my hip is where all the pressure is. I'm going to bring it up, disengage, and I'm in position. Tightening the hip, pushing the hip down into the pad, fire out of the hip, inhale down, exhale up. And you can see, once again, I'm not coming from my knee. Hip. Tighten. Now I'm not down in the knee, I'm down in the hip. I'm pushing my hip back, and then I'm driving out of the hamstring and glute. Up. And there's my rear. Great exercise. Me personally, I have an ankle injury, a lack of an ankle. So I can't do a regular squat. This will give me that motion. And then what I'll do is I'll add a little plate on there to even it out. But incredible machine. For those that want thickness in the thigh, everything that a squat will give you, half the risk. Super squat's your key. Unbelievable machine. Today we got a new piece of equipment. It's called a Glutiator. Take a peek down here. If you look at it, it looks like an outer thigh machine that you would usually see in a gym. But there are a couple different things here. The core, the glutes, the thighs, the hamstring, these are all in mind to keep your body the strongest it can be. Biggest, strongest joint in your body is what? Your hip. So you want everything to come from that hip. So here, they developed this piece, and what we're gonna do is you're gonna come on in. We'll have a seat. Now, depending how tall you are, there's 2 sets of foot pegs here that you can go from. I chose the farther one because I'm a little bit bigger than, you know, an average size guy. Then down here, we have a seat belt that we're gonna bring up and we're gonna put on. And I'm a bigger guy, like I said, so, you know, getting it on is a minute. I gotta feel out what's up with it. So we're in position. If you look at the back, it's plate loaded. You can only load 25s and 35 pounders on here, but it's not a machine where you need that giant amount of weight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in, I want your tush all the way into the back of the machine. You're gonna grab the 2 grips. I always exhale on my exertion, so I'm gonna take a deep breath for my bodybuilding. Tighten up the areas that I'm gonna go in, which is my outer thigh, my glutes, all the muscles in my hip, okay? And as I go, it's an outer thigh, so I'm shooting it out, but I'm pushing down with the toes at the same time. Shh, exhale down, and at that bottom, I mean, I am deep in those glutes. It's amazing. I'm pushed back and I'm in the machine. Inhaling up, and when I go up, I'm gonna stay in the glute and in the hip and in the hamstring. I'm inhaling up and exhale and squeeze down. So my heels are pushing down, my thighs are going out, and my glutes are screaming. The guys over at Dynavec, I just want to thank you so much for going out of your way and making this piece for me. Unlike anything I've tried in the fitness industry. Amazing. I'm glad it's in my gym, and I would bring it to anybody's place with full confidence. This piece is unbelievable. Once again, the craftsmanship is beautiful. They did a custom flat black with flat pads for me, and I'm amazed. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a good day.